His unique blend of traditional folk songs with modern flair has captivated audiences worldwide.
Once I saw an interview of Mr. Remo Fernandes, Carnival in Goa or in India, how it will sound. Whenever I compose, I don't plan first. The Goan music also will be in the films, like in a modern way. Nowadays, there are softwares. Of course, music is my MOG first. Original is original always. That will remain forever. And if you copy...
Namaste and welcome to our show, the MOG Series. This is where we talk about MOG in people's life. MOG for the profession, a cause and people in their life. Mukesh Ghatwal is definitely not a new name for many in music industry of Goa. Well, Mukesh is a music composer, arranger, singer and a sound designer, hailing from a family of goldsmiths and musicians. His father being a renowned harmonium player, his innate musicality shines brightly. A trailblazer in Goa's music scene, Mukesh has pioneered innovative styles including EDM Shigmo and founded his own fusion band called Folk Synthesis. His unique blend of traditional folk songs with modern flair has captivated audiences worldwide. A proud Goan and an award-winning artist. His impressive portfolio boasts of numerous national and international accolades. Well, let's welcome Mukesh Ghatwal to the MOG series. Mukesh, welcome to our show.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So, Mukesh, before we actually move ahead, the first thing I actually want to know is this look of yours. Was it like actually planned, like the long hair, or does it actually naturally come for a music composer or singer?
No, it didn't come from for the music as such, but from young age, I liked the long hair.
The first impression when I actually walked in, I got is like, you remember you've seen this show called Mahadev?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that overall look, the first impression was that actually.
Actually,
I mean,
many people
told you that, right? Okay. So anyways, so moving ahead, so you've born and brought up in Goa itself, right? So can you share your little experience of your childhood growing up in Santistev, this beautiful village of Santistev?
Yeah. I come from a beautiful village, Santistev. Right. It's a very beautiful village. I've grown up like every villager who enjoys the village life, like going on the fields, going on the hills, plucking mangoes, jackfruits, everything I did as what a typical villager will do. So all with my friends and everything. The people are also very nice, very kind, very supportive, very encouraging. So I just love that village.
So what kind of a child were you? Were you like a naughty one, or were you like who'd probably do everything what parents say? How was it?
No, parents gave me this thing. I was like free bird, like you can say. I was doing whatever I felt like. I picked up music when music was at home only. But I was doing whatever I felt like. I was singing, then playing music, then playing outside, going around. So that's it.
So you have all the freedom that was actually. So you have a son who's I think 12 now.
Yeah, 13. He just turned 13.
He's turned 13. So, I mean, what would be the major difference between, you would see, your upbringing while you were as a kid and how you are actually bringing up your child? Is there a difference? I mean, you had a freedom of choosing, as you said, your career, your choices. Is it the same way or have you made certain changes?
Yeah, it's the same way. The tradition, culture, which we get from our ancestors, the love and the trouble they took for my upbringing, my parents especially.
Right.
I'm transferring all these qualities to my next generation.
Do you want to probably share a couple of experiences of you and your parents as you were growing up? What really, probably those turning points we say as a child. Would you like to share anything?
Yeah. I would like to share this one major part of my turning life kind of. When I was playing harmonium. From a young age, I was playing that harmonium. Right. So at one point, my friends were all mostly listening to Western music. At some point, I felt like Western music, I want to learn. So I don't know how my father will react to that.
Correct.
So I was just listening to English songs and all. I think he saw the interest which I'm developing towards Western music. Once he said, like, there's a good scope for Western music also. But if you mix both the culture, Indian music and Western music, there's a big scope.
If I may ask you, what year was this? Like, how long back was this?
This was around before 10th, I think so. I don't know the year, but ninth, when I was in 9th standard, maybe. Yeah.
Like way back. I mean, that kind of a thought process those years was not really, I think, we haven't seen much, right? Wherein your father could actually was telling you that, let's fuse two, kind of musics, right?
Yeah, he gave me the support to do the fusion and learn also to Indian music. Mostly I saw like Indian music, classical players, they don't shift from one culture to other cultures.
What drove you to the sound designing, and what inspires your unique styles?
Sound designing is one thing which we use for films.
Right.
And once I saw an interview of Mr. Remo Fernandes on the TV where he does composing, music programming, recording, mixing, mastering, everything on his own. So I just felt like I just want to do similar things. I have to set up my own stuff. I want to do my own stuff instead of playing other cover songs on the stage. And that clicked me, and then I started doing my own songs.
Right.
And later on, I always felt, and I always give my new compositions, I always, with a new touch, a new experiment in it, I always create something new. For example, I did a carnival, also theme songs for Goa, and in that what happened, so I looked at it as a carnival in Goa or in India, how it will sound.
Right.
So normally it was like just copying the same Brazilian stuff, samba, soca beats to this thing. We were playing the same thing here. So what I introduced is Indian element in that.
Right.
So my composition was it was based on soca or samba, but the melody, some instruments element were Indian.
Okay.
So it gave the carnival in India, you can say, like that.
So what was the part of it? What kind of elements are you talking about?
The Indian instrument, I used dholak in that. So instead of the drum roll, I used a dholak roll.
Okay.
So I incorporated those elements in that. So that was loved by everyone.
So this was actually your thought process, or you had somebody to inspire you to get into these kind of music compositions?
Whenever I compose, I don't plan first.
Okay.
I just go with the flow.
Okay.
Whatever it comes like, and many times it happens like, not always it happens like it comes just with the flow. I don't know the next step what it will be.
Got it.
So it just flows.
Did you look up to anyone? Did you have a role model as you?
I listen to all music, all kind of music, all genres. I listen to all artists, you can say.
But did you have a role model? Like,
I don't
this
have,
is the kind of artist I want to be.
No, I don't have a role model, surprisingly. But I listen to all genres, all kind of music.
Okay.
I don't follow particular thing.
And I think you've actually been associated with Konkani and Marathi film industry also, right? So, coming from there, do you look at expanding yourself probably to, like proper Bollywood or any international movies? Have you thought of it?
Yeah, of course. The thought is always there to take our Goan music to the international level. The thought is always there from beginning. So now we see like Punjabi folk songs are more done into modern. They are into films. So I'm hoping that sometime the Goan music also will be in the films, like in a modern way. Someone must have done, but I'm looking at it in a proper international way.
Are you looking at expanding yourself anytime sooner, going to a different, probably?
Yeah. The progress is there. I mean, always we try to do that, and nowadays with the internet and all everything, you can connect with all producers, directors all over the world.
Right.
So next hit, you don't know from which corner
of the world it might just come from. Exactly, that's correct. So you've been appointed as youth icon for Goa state elections. So what has been your strategies actually to engage young voters of Goa?
See, I know music, and I create jingles for them, because basically people are more connected towards music, right? So any part of the world, like you go any corner, any villages, like in music, like they are more connected. if you tell them, no one understands. I feel like. So in music, many, even the small kids will be connected. So I create jingles.
Got it.
I create songs. I'm motivating people like come out and vote.
Right.
So that's my strength, and I do those kind of stuff.
Something all these years of experience of music, you must have worked with multiple musicians and artists. Can you tell me what is the major difference in working style? When you talk about a local Goan project and probably compared to a national project and international project, what are the major working style differences that you've come across?
Major, I'll tell you, the budget. Yeah, budget. Why I'm saying like it is not like what we give. We give 100%, not 100% for the local project and 100% for the international project. All we always try and give 100% whatever we work for. I'm saying in a different way because there's no budget for live instruments, instrument player to come in and record because that costs money, right? So what we do, we do composition in another way, like it suits my keyboard playing. Suppose I want flute player.
Right.
All those flute, the bends and everything, it's impossible to do in a keyboard. Nowadays there are softwares which are very close to the live thing, but still there are something lacking, and it might come in future. But the live player is always something. It makes a totally different in your composition.
Yes.
And everything. So what we do when there is no budget for the live player, we compose those kind of melodies which suits when we can play on the keyboard those parts. So it becomes a little different. It not that we doesn't give 100% to that, but that also we give 100% to that. And secondly, for the mixing engineers, for sound mixing, so we can hire topmost sound engineer like how I do.
Correct.
I connect with sound engineers in Bombay, outside, even abroad nowadays in internet. So you can connect anywhere.
Anyone.
Yeah. So if there is budget, you can hire a good sound engineer who is very experienced and who knows exact frequencies, how to do it. So this kind of things, it works out.
Major difference.
Yeah.
Right. So when we talk about Mukesh Ghatwal is equal to music. So has music always been your MOG, or it just happened to you, or what has been your MOG in life?
Yeah, of course, music is my MOG first. And if you're asking me besides music, then traveling. I like to be in nature. Traveling, I like. I like to travel.
So have you, by all this, years, created any music piece specifically for traveling?
Traveling,
or has it inspired you to create something which you feel is unique?
Yeah, of course.
Would you like to share?
Yeah, traveling always inspires me. Right. But how it works, for me, like the traveling, the place you see, the place you enjoy, the place you be in, of nature, it always in the subconscious mind. And when you come to studio and it reflects somehow, it works as the same thing. Like any client walks in and tell you to do a music. So it's there in subconscious, everything. You're doing other stuff in house, going to shop and everything. But that things remains inside. Like you have to create, you have to, and automatically one day it automatically reflects in your composition. The next day, very next day, or the coming days.
Do you find any major difference, like apart from the technology that we're talking about today, as you say, internet, and a lot of things have actually become easier, mixing of music, and a lot of things are much easier with technology today. Do you find any major difference in what it used to be then as music and what it is today? What is the major difference that you've come across?
Now,
what do you feel the music is today?
Music is good, whatever comes with new ideas, new innovatives, and people like change.
Right.
Every this thing. Now we have, if you're talking about the softwares and recording stuff, then flexibility is more. The earlier, what we used to do, like record together, now it doesn't happen. Even the duet song, one singer comes first and second singer comes after 3-4 days.
Yeah, they can still do it.
Yeah, you can still do it. Everything is on a track system. So if you're talking about technology, yes, a lot of flexibility is there, a lot of technique is there, a lot of softwares are there, a lot a lot you can do, explore new sounds. Now the noise, what we create, what we used to eliminate before.
Correct.
There's a noise that we include in the songs now. There's a noise behind the tracks. So all these kind of experiments are going on, and people liked it.
People like that. Yeah. Any advice you would like to give to budding musicians, people who want to get into music and this kind of art? What would be your, words or advice to them now?
Those who are coming into music, then stick to your roots. I will say in one word, stick to your roots. Be professional, be creative. And if you're Goan, like always use some elements of Goa, of your culture, what you come from. Or if you're from any other state, like you do, stick to your roots, like you incorporate something in your composition. Don't copy others. So that's my advice.
I think this copy is something which is very common. I think we have been actually seeing this music being copied for, I think, ages now. Like, for decades together, we've seen a lot of musicians. I mean, as I said, with technology, we see a lot of videos nowadays. The music has been copied from different parts of the world, and they've actually been brought into Bollywood. Correct? What's your take on it? How okay it is to get inspired is one part, and actually copying piece by piece is a different part. What's your take on it?
Original is original always. That will remain forever. And if you copy, people will come to know. People knows how creative you are.
Correct. So, Mukesh, before we leave, would you like to sing us a song, something of your original composition?
Okay.
That'll be our request, I believe.
Okay. हाथ या हाथ दी तू जीने क्या साथ दी तू हाथ या हाथ दी तू जीने क्या साथ दी तू काळजाच्या तालाक माझ्या तुझ्या मोगाचो साज दी तू तुझे पिशे हो तुझे पिशे हो तुझे पिशे म्हाका लागले अशे हो सांग मोगा हांवें जगचें कशें हो तू दिसना मन लागना तुझे वीणे काय सुचना तू दिसना मन लागना तुझे वीणे काय सुचना तुझे पिशे हो तुझे पिशे हो
I'm going to dedicate this song to probably all the possible women in the world right now. Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you so much. Well, that was Mukesh for us, guys, and this is it for this episode. And yes, our conversation is still not ended, Mukesh. We're going to have a cup of coffee and we're going to talk more. Mukesh, passing on some Moog from us to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.